Hello there folks, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, a place where I discuss different topics about spirituality, deeper introspection, dream interpretation from time to time, and game analysis, and from time to time, me having some fun in different games. Now this is a replay that I had with probably my best game with Nasus. He's not a champion that I play too much in League of Legends, but I do enjoy, or try to enjoy, because League of Legends definitely doesn't sound too much about
Friends,
um,
killing people is a bad habit.
you know having fun. It's more like about lying yourself that you want to have fun, and you know you kind of end up doing the opposite of having fun. You're becoming competitive and you're forgetting what it's like to actually play and enjoy the game. Now, this is a blind pick game, so don't expect much. It's just a casual game in which I became, quite good with Nasus. And I also played this game with a few friends, and I've been telling them one concept that, well, people kind of overestimate, okay? First of all, there is no such thing as a myth that someone or a single person is carrying the game. Yes, there are many situations in which someone can actually or ends up doing more than usually people do. Like someone gets fed. Well, that's especially in, lower rank levels. It's kind of easy to get fed and then you simply ruin other people's games, okay? Because you're fed and you're basically above others. Now, what I told them is that, okay, someone can do more, okay, because they're fed, but basically it doesn't mean that they will necessarily be weak, okay? Why? Because if you are fed, okay, the other ones aren't necessarily weak, they are still doing certain things, okay? Being fed allows them to do far many more things. Yes, being fed allows you to simply um, provide your team with a certain advantage. But feeding yourself even further, okay, that is kind of a problem because you're not allowing the others to simply flourish, okay, and you will kind of see this, and why I simply could carry the game, let's say, but why I didn't carry the game alone. Because I sucked? No, I don't know if I did or if I didn't. But there were a lot of factors, and I've been telling my friends, there were a lot of factors that aided me in simply becoming fed with Nasus. First of all, I had kind of the most passive Ion I've ever seen, in the sense that I can't say he played bad, okay? He played very good. Everyone played good, at least, well, to a certain extent, and I try to remain, humble in everything that happens because, well, I'm not interested in, pointing flaws in others, okay? Everyone did the best they could to the, well, amount of limitations that we imposed emotionally and especially mentally. So, first of all, their team wasn't comprised of people that had too many crowd controls, okay? And, like, I had another game after this one in which I met bot lane, because I'm basically a main support, okay? And, you know, as a main support, well, this kind of goes to show how blind I was in a way, because uh, it's not that I'm blind, but as a main support, I usually watch the minimap, but playing Nasus really has to, you have to play it a bit more, blindly, okay? Many people might say that usually top lanes are, somewhat autistic, but it's not necessarily that, okay? I just have to manage my stacks, and also I'm paying attention with Ion's Q because, well, to a certain extent, and especially at a lower level, we kind of all end up having PTSD because of, uh, you know, Ion's ability to poke you back. And of course, many people might say, sure, but you can poke back at him. Well, kind of, but you see, I usually find Ion and Yasuo as annoying because they don't use mana, they have quite some mobility, and they also their critical strikes can easily shred through you. And as I've been saying, this Ion has been very passive, okay, allowing me to gain my stacks. And well, although I didn't get too many, I think, I mean, probably people would have gotten way more stacks than me. Again, this is just a casual play, okay? I may have gotten fed, which happens rarely because I usually play main support. And I play main support mainly because I've met so many people who play support and they either take the ward item and they don't ward at all, or they just skip the warding items and I'm simply left without any vision. Now, of course, the reason why I'm warding is because I'm helping my team, not because it's a habit, okay? This is something very important to know because, well, you have to learn that things have to be done from a sense of conscious awareness, okay? Not because you would want to uh, impress others, okay? Because if you do things because you must, well, there is definitely an expectation there, okay? You're doing what you must because of an expectation, okay? Of a programming that you have. And that is definitely not healthy. It isn't healthy for uh, anyone. And it kind of goes to show that people end up being played by the game instead of, um, playing the game. Okay, so this can be quite frustrating in a way. Okay, now one other thing that I still didn't understand, okay, is uh, why is Katarina being played as AD for quite a while? Now, I've gotten back like by the end of December into the game thanks to the fact that I have some friends that I can, have some fun. Now, how to have fun in video games is not a bad thing, it's not hard, and it all comes down to the aspect of meaning, okay? Because many people want to play games and they have this, over exaggerated, expectation. They just want to win. And when you want to just win and you have this unhealthy expectation that you want to win, well, that is definitely not good for your mental health and your emotional health. Because if you're starting the game with the premise that, you know, you just want to win, okay, that's definitely not going to be healthy for you, okay? It's definitely not going to be healthy for you because you want to just win. That's the goal, okay? When you get uh when you have goals in your life, that's not a healthy way to go because you're creating a lot of pain, okay? The way life works, okay, it will seem to always work against you. That is the reason why people will kind of end up disappointing you, okay? Because you cannot change people. First of all, you have not come here to change people, okay? You have simply come here to live your own existence. And the point about this is when you live your own existence, okay, people will also live their own. And people will also have their own, you know, ideas, their own expectations, uh, so many things, okay. And here I got my first kill on Ion, and then again I managed to escape Yasuo. Yasuo was a bit more fed, but the problem was I was simply out of mana, and that's why I simply chose not to engage. I also had my ultimate and my exhaust down, so um, I think I misused my exhaust there, And as I've been saying, it's actually good to watch your games from time to time and, see some of the mistakes you have been doing, because even in games where you do great, okay, uh, you have certain mistakes that it's definitely healthy to watch so that you don't repeat them. Okay, that's another very powerful principle of learning. Also learning when to go to other lanes to also help people, which I usually do as a support, especially if my lane bot is going well, or especially if I play mid, although it's kind of been a long time since I play mid. Um, I was a main mid once, but now, well, I switched to support, and for several seasons in a row, I just played main support, starting with season 4. Actually since season 3, but in ranked I did mid and support, and starting from season 4 I was basically full-time support. So the point about expectations is, as I call them, expectations are um the anti-chamber, okay, of disappointment. Why is that? Well, it is the anti-chamber of disappointment, as I was saying, because things will not happen the way you want. Never will they happen the way you want. Why? Well, it's not a punishment from life, but life has a sense of happening in this way. People will not do things the way you want because they have their own level of awareness, of agreement, of consciousness, whatever you name it. Okay. So if you start thinking that you want to um, force people into doing things your own way, that's just setting yourself up for disappointment. Okay. And it's the same thing with games. Okay. In video games, you have to understand that everything happens, well, new spiritualists will start saying that, hey, things happen for you, and all sorts of ideas and things like that. Okay, and to a certain extent it can be true, but don't dive too much into this and believing this, because if you start thinking that things happen for you, you might end up on the narcissistic spectrum, believing again that everything must happen for you. Okay, things don't happen to you, things don't happen for you, they just happen. Okay, the more meaning people attribute to things, well, that is basically when things become unhealthier, because when you have meaning in everything, you start suffering, because meaning doesn't serve a purpose. Meaning only makes things better. Okay, if you know how to make great use of your mind. And here we are with AD Katarina again taking a kill. Uh, well, actually, Rakan took the kill, but Katarina AD is something that I think I've seen earlier on, season 5, I think there was a period. I think she had 100% ratios of AD and AP. Now I see she has 50% AD. Um, and she deals quite some damage, okay? And the point about expectation, as I will constantly repeat through all my videos, is that it is not healthy, okay? When you have expectations, it means you want, okay? When you want, you're acknowledging you don't have something, okay? And exactly like in this game, okay? People most likely wanted to play. And in blind picks, usually you will see a lot of try-hard champions like Ion and Yasuo, probably Pentarina and other such champions, because people have this desperation, okay, for validation. They want attention, they want to feel approved, right? That's why you also see a lot of these people who just won't do anything than want to be praised by others. Okay, they kill it, then they start flexing, they start showing their mastery, and oh, that wasn't a good play, but okay. Uh, as I've been saying, go to other lanes also to try to help uh, the team. And this is a dog chase, I can say. It's kind of my start into, becoming a bit fed. The point is, 300 stacks isn't necessarily much. I usually feel that a lot is, well, at least 800, but again, blind picks, okay? And I go farm these little things that I always forget what they're called. And Master and Disciple have destroyed the mid turret, and well, they are uh, pushing. I find Yasuo, and now I simply engage him. Uh, it was kind of bad of him to have stayed there. I don't remember Ion taking that kill. Okay, so I go back to my own lane because that's the problem of League of Legends. When people see that their laner is, out there helping their team, they just choose to simply push turrets, okay? Which isn't the best thing to do because if you keep pushing turrets, yes, it is a good thing. But when you when you break the inner turret, at least to my point, that is definitely not a good thing because, well, your laner is helping their team, okay? And they will probably be gaining a lot of advantage. And you breaking some turrets gives some gold, yes, but the more you push, the harder technically it becomes to keep pushing. Why? Well, mainly because, well, you have to venture even more, okay? And here I thought, okay, it's a casual game, why not try to take not the scuttle, uh, what it's called? Uh, I thought, why not take this one alone? And yes, I actually managed to take him alone. And I managed to actually take it, and I was very interested in actually, queuing it at the end, so that, I get the stacks. I almost forgot to pick it up. And since the lane was still pushed, I said, okay, the team can handle bot lane, and, I have to remain to the top lane a bit more. So I kind of badly summoned the Herald. I kind of forgot the Herald attacks minions also, or simply is delayed by those. And here I got killed by Yasuo at the, not the right moment. The good thing about that was, well, I broke the turret, and I had enough money that I had to buy some items. Okay, I still was with uh, half of the Randuin, and when I came back to base, I bought the Randuins and the Thornmail, which made me a lot tankier. Now, as I was telling my friends, I carried in a way the game because, well, there were 4 ADs, okay, so it was easy for me to just stack on armor and HP, and at the same time they didn't have too much hard CC, and they were, most importantly, very spread, okay. The second important thing, and something that, well, probably very few people realize, when when you are the fed one, you have to be the most humble, okay? Why? Well, it is a simple fact, okay? Your team, okay, like in this case, okay, they were always focusing my friends because they were easy to get. And I easily saw the psychology of them being, hey, we want as many kills as possible, okay? And here again, I was humble in a way because I didn't stupidly engage them, okay? Like some people would, they would simply uh, become desperate, okay? They would become desperate after kills, and well, that's not good to do, okay? Knowledge of your opponent is always the best thing because you see, they have used some of their skills, and now I can simply engage them, even if, they're kind of always juking me, which is not the best thing to do. So I try to make the best use of my ultimate as I can, and well, I end up meeting a snack, which kind of evades me. They kind of CC me in here. I said, nope, I'm not gonna let those stacks run away. Um, So the point I have discovered is this, okay? They have used their skills, now I can simply uh, jump on them, okay? And the point was, unfortunately, I was kind of not the only one, but I had the greatest damage. Again, knowledge of the surroundings. I didn't have any mana, so I simply signaled my friends that I would retreat. And again, the point was that I would need more stacks. That's why I always take the chickens, as we always call them, okay? We call them the chickens. Uh, they don't look like that necessarily, but it's funny when we call it. And well, basically, I was just, manning up on my stacks. So be very mindful of, the damage you deal, the skills that you have, and your own mana, okay? Because you can't carry alone. When you are the most fed, you have to be the most humble, okay? And in many situations, my team was engaged on, okay? I didn't charge up first because they would focus me, okay? In many games, there is this bronze mentality, okay? The first one who enters, they blow their skills on those, okay? And that is not good. Okay, so in here they cast some of their skills, okay, and well, Timo is slowly melting them, and I'm not engaging them head front, okay, because that's not a healthy way always, okay. If I get focused, I get killed, and my team, is kind of counting on me. You have to understand one thing: if you are the fed one, the other ones are simply counting on you. They are counting on you because you are the one dealing the most damage and you are the one having the most possibility, okay? I tried to take on the turret, but I said, okay, why not take the others? And then I wanted to take the turret again, but I saw this Katarina, and I kind of had to take her down. But again, I remained somewhat humble to the point that, okay, I may be a tank, but I have my own weaknesses. I have my own, limits. Although I could have taken the plans, and uh, helped my friends. I kindly told them because we were on Discord. I kindly told them, hey, I'm going back. I need to take another item, and I got Dead Man's Plate, because I thought I needed a bit more tankiness. Again, not being used still with the new items, I still had some doubts. I didn't know exactly which skill to actually take. Uh, I let that other one go, and I was simply interested in helping my team. I simply picked on whoever I could. My friends so wanted a kill in here, but I don't know if he got it. Their Warwick was the only one that went a bit tanky, and again I was out of mana. Although I could simply engage those, I chose not to because, I just wanted to play it somewhat safe. Some people would say that, hey, why are you playing things safe? Because, you're a tank, but, a tank can only hold to a certain level, to a certain extent. And Nasus is that kind of tank that, just focus on gaining your stacks, okay? Farm, gain your stacks, become better because, especially in this game, people counted on me. Okay. Um, And again, the point is when you are fed, you usually want to enter last, okay, or enter when the others are simply, um, you know, uh, preoccupied enough with your teammates, okay? Because your teammates may not deal as much damage as you or may not be as tanky as you, which actually gives you the greatest advantage. When they use their skills on your friends, it's the best thing because then you can enter, they lack those skills, so you have even a greater advantage, and you have your tankiness and or your damage, at least your damage. And, well, Teemo does a good job at, ruining some of their HP, breaking down their HP. And as one can see, they are constantly spread, which is one of the weak points they have. I again don't come on the main lane because I don't want to expose myself. I definitely don't want to, you know, overextend. I don't want to, you know, uh, I don't want to simply, basically said I don't want to die, okay? It's the fact that, and here I died a second time, I think. Because I was dummy enough and I remained in Katarina's ultimate, okay? And again, the point was we are also spread, the main reason why we kind of got defeated. Now, one thing that I don't understand is when I'm using my Q and I have Trinity, it always happens from time to time, but it does happen. When I cast my Q, okay, it's not gonna, it's not gonna trigger my damage, okay? It's not gonna trigger the damage I need. And again, my teammates went in one by one, which is not the best thing to do, especially when you're somewhat underfed. And again, they destroyed one of our inhibitors, which was quite problematic to a certain extent. But I came back, fortunately, and team managed to pick a kill. It was high time my team also got some kills because basically I had a lot of the kills of the team. But, it's not that I wanted. In this game, I really didn't want to get all the kills, okay? In my point, and here a friend of mine told me, gave me a hint, try Titanic Hydra for more damage. Um, I knew one thing, okay? I just had to do everything possible to kill the enemies, okay? Not to take the kills, okay? I've never been interested in taking the kills, to, you know, uh, assert myself as many do, okay? And look at me, I have 100 kills, okay? No, that's not important for me. I've played mid and I've won a lot of games mid by playing technically as a support. I didn't get kills, but I got a lot of assists. And even if I dealt a lot of damage, I simply kept helping the team, irrespective of me getting kills or not. Okay, this is, I think, a healthier way. I don't know if it's the healthiest way, but it is a healthy way to help the team. So in this situation, the other ally simply left. Probably they could have done something. And in here, I chose to try the Drake. I saw Katarina approaching. I managed to help, save Warwick. And I didn't get the stacks off of the Drake. And then I signaled my friend, hey, I'm actually coming for Rakan because he was constantly pushing the turret. And it wasn't a good thing. We needed that turret. And, well, we kind of lost it. Which left ourselves open to the inhibitor. And we were a bit hindered by the fact that, the big minions were constantly coming, and, we finally broke the mid, the external turret. The game wasn't bad for any of the teams. Well, I had a lot of favorable points, and that's what I was constantly telling my friends. I had a lot of favorable, um, situations, and I also took advantage of those. That's the point. Many people play the game, but unfortunately, they're kind of played by the game. Okay, it's uh, not healthy to act in this way, because people want a lot of kills, okay? And uh, here I let the kill. I was interested in simply taking some farm. I was kind of full build, but I was still interested in the perspective of me actually, changing some items, okay? Because, well, that was the most important thing. Probably, I was thinking about taking a Bloodthirster for extra lifesteal because, well, at times it feels that you never have enough, okay? And here I took the kill by casting my W on him, but, well, apparently Timo got the kill. Now it really didn't matter because, well, first of all, I prefer being someone humble, and, well, 21 kills were far more than enough for me. Warwick was the only one that seemed to be tanky, right? And what I'm interested in is seeing if... Oh, so Nasus's lifesteal actually increases, okay. But you do need a lot of stacks, and I think the most I got is almost 800. I think the most I had with Nasus ever was 850 or something. I tried to come sneaky, but... Oh yes, I think I actually found her. And I simply couldn't allow the stacks to go away, but, well, apparently Timo got her. I thought she would escape. She was a nuisance to my team. That's the reason why I wanted to, make sure uh, we would simply not, well, allow her to do her job, to quickly dispatch of my team. So every time she was out of the game, it was one extra release. A team fight occurred in here, which clearly showed our enemies could still deal a lot of damage to us. And people wanted to do the Baron, I wanted to do the Baron, but unfortunately we were not allowed. Also, the team simply didn't seem truly willing. Again, I worded because, well, I rarely can't do things. Even if I'm fed, I really want to have vision of the map because it is highly important to have vision of the map. So we kind of gave up on the, the Baron. And we dispatched the enemies. I gave up the point about, I gave up the Baron. I said I'm gonna take the turret, but I reminded my team of Rakan, who was trying to take the turret again and again. And the turret kept hitting me, and I was constantly hitting at it. And I said, okay, the enemy is down. I definitely, expect to break something. So I said, okay, let's actually kill the inhibitor again, so that, you know, we return the favor. And what I was interested in was, you know, crippling the enemy. And then I signaled retreat because, well, we were kind of the only ones there. I said, okay, let's actually get the Drake. I wasn't going to pursue the others because I knew the enemies would approach. They were all alive, and again, we needed to make sure that we stay together so that we can technically take the Drake. And again, we took the Drake. We also took Rakan. And Katarina manages to escape here with a very rare flash. Usually this one uh, doesn't always work. I mean, you can actually fail that flash easily, which happened to me several times also. Alright. I decided to push a bit, but I saw that everyone was back, so the point was, you know, a withdrawal was needed. Now the problem was we here, you know, Thresh took a while to go back, and unfortunately he was discovered. Uh, I managed to simply, uh, I managed to get to base, and I don't know if we could actually 2v4 these. And to a certain extent, it's good that I managed to survive. Because, well, they probably could have taken me down. And I saved Zed in there, because, well, the kills weren't necessarily important, but the point was, um, if the enemy goes down, easily or not, the point is, we will simply win easier, okay? So again, I disregard the turret, I simply hit at it, and minions and the allies come. It's all about the others, okay? If you play a game by just uh, expecting things for your own self, uh, that's not a healthy way to play the game. Mainly because, and again, the aggroing of the turret was a bit annoying to me. It felt a bit... I'm still used to Heroes of the Storm thinking. I also used my Randuin there. I managed to take him. I knew I would take it, in a way, the kill, because now I was much more tankier than the first time it happened there when I got defeated by Yasuo, because he had items I didn't. But, you know, every mistake happens and it's good as long as you learn, okay? There is no such thing as a mistake, okay? As long as you can learn from something, that's a good thing, okay? So as long as you learn from something, it's never a mistake, okay? Here I pushed the minions because they were getting dangerously close to our inhibitor and a newer wave was coming. I simply disregarded bot lane because we could simply, you know, bring down, well, kind of finish the game. I saw Rakan sneaking around, so I delayed my coming back. Okay, fortunately my team got basically picked up. I managed to make sure that uh, no backdoors are done, and again there was basically little to no chance I said, okay, I'm not gonna delay this game too much because the enemy also is raising in levels. They had two level 18s, and as usual, as always, if you delay the game too much, well, they had some items, okay? They were almost full build, and the problem is the level is a minor difference, yes, but uh, it's always important to finish the game as soon as possible because if the enemies also get full build, okay, there is no longer any importance on you being fed. The idea of being fed is just one, okay? You have more items, okay, and well a greater level than the enemies. But if the enemy can, deal like in this case, okay, so they dealt a lot of damage even if I was full tank, okay, so that's how I knew that wait, we actually need to finish this game because I'm not gonna be able to tank indefinitely. And well, hopefully you enjoyed the game and the wisdom I've been trying to share because, well, I try to play wise and I try to play the game, not allow the game to play me. Okay, all this being said, hopefully you enjoyed the game. Take care, you are loved and appreciated. Ferenjan Board signing out.